Fox 61 breaking news now.
And we have some breaking news right now at 6. A daycare worker has been arrested after an investigation into alleged inappropriate contact with a child. Avon police were called to the Bright Path Early Learning Center yesterday after an administrator raised concerns about an incident the day before. Police have arrested 29-year-old Giancarlos Barrios Otero. He's been charged with risk of injury to a minor and fourth-degree sexual assault and is being held on a $250,000 bond. The investigation is still ongoing and police are working with the daycare to notify families.
And more breaking news here off the top. Here at 6, state police are investigating what they call a suspicious death in Burlington. Investigators say they found 26-year-old Janina Murphy dead Saturday night. She was found near Clare Hill Road. We'll keep you updated as the investigation unfolds.
That all too often underage people are caught drinking at the same time that other people that are adults are drinking in the establishment.
Well, tonight there is a push to crack down on juice bars in New Haven. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Well, these juice bars are separate areas in bars and clubs that serve non-alcoholic beverages to minors. City leaders say those locations are known for underage drinking and fighting.
Well, as Fox 61's Alicia Hercules explains, a deadly shooting late last year sparked a citywide call for change.
Just 5 months ago, 18-year-old Alexa Acevedo was shot and killed here on Church Street as large crowds dispersed from a nearby 18-plus club. Now city leaders say they're making some serious changes to prevent anything like that from happening again.
We've had enough.
New Haven Mayor Justin Elliker says it's time to change the zoning ordinance to prohibit new juice bars from opening.
What we're trying to prohibit is establishments that solely provide alcohol and also have young people coming for parties that are not allowed to have alcohol in the same environment, because that is just a recipe for disaster.
Right now, the only regulation for juice bars is that they have to give notice to police before they host events for people 18 and older. Elliker says several bars have failed to do that. He says 3 juice bars are the most problematic: Ramage Nightclub, Secrets, and Gotham City Cafe. Bill Dully was watching from his window last Halloween night as the crowds outside of Gotham City Cafe gradually got out of hand.
Now, I could tell something was going to happen. Did I expect to have what happened happen? No. And so when it happened, it was stark, it was rattling.
Hours later, the gunshots rang out that took Acevedo's life. 3 people were hurt. There was a similar shooting in 2024 near Gotham City Cafe that left 4 people hurt.
On October 31st, 2024, I called that club 3 times, told them that they had kids going into their bar with guns, and they hung up the phone on me 3 times.
Since then, Dully has been working with the city to make changes to juice bar regulations. He is also among those who signed petitions to object to the renewal of liquor permits at Gotham City Cafe, Ramage Nightclub, and Secrets. He hopes holding these juice bars accountable will bring peace to Acevedo and her family.
So we just want to let them know that it's not going to go in vain. We are going to change New Haven for the better, even though they took the worst of it.
The Board of Alders has to vote on the ordinance change before it can take effect. Mayor Elliker also supports a statewide proposal to allow cities and towns to limit hours of operation and deny events at juice bars if there isn't enough police to monitor the event. In New Haven, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
We have an update into the police investigation of a homicide in Hartford last month. Fox 61's Tim Lateau reports on this new break in the case.
The investigation from police has led to the arrest of a suspect who's now been charged with murder. Hartford police say the deadly shooting happened here on Albany Avenue, right outside the suspect's home. Police officers arrived on scene the evening of March 12th. They found 48-year-old Colin Roberts with a gunshot wound. He died at the scene. Police say the Hartford Major Crimes Division then launched an investigation. Detectives identified 21-year-old Xavier English as the suspect. Police say an arrest warrant was drafted and approved by a judge who charged English with the murder. Police records show he lived just 2 doors down from the crime scene. About 3 weeks after the shooting, the Hartford Police Violent Crimes Unit and United States Marshals Violent Fugitive Task Force worked together to arrest English. And English is being held on a $1 million bond. In Hartford, Tim Lateau, Fox 61.
Tim, thank you. Last summer, we told you that police had ramped up their presence on Waterbury's Willow Street following back-to-back violent crimes in the area, including a shooting that left a 17-year-old dead.
It's now been more than 6 months since they added more focus to the neighborhood. As Fox 61's Solly Nerf shows us, it's been working.
Well, it's hard to miss. This mobile command unit has been here since August, and police say it's a big reason they've seen a significant drop in crime here. And it's not just police. Neighbors have noticed too.
Common post trucks that's been sitting here for a while there, it's been a good help for the community.
News John Jacks has lived a couple blocks away from Willow, but comes here every day to the corner market. He says a lot of people also come here with bad intentions.
At night, because they be closed at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's where the violence comes.
Police Chief Fernando Spagnolo says last summer was a violent one on Willow Street.
We had a homicide there, we had a shooting, a significant shooting there, all within weeks of each other. It was not uncommon for violent crime or gunplay to occur in that Willow Street area.
Since adding a larger presence in the neighborhood, he says shootings, especially violent ones, have gone down. The only shooting they reported since then was in March near a liquor store on Willow. Police shared at the time nobody was hit.
We've really been focusing each and every day on the Willow Street corridor and the calls for service there, as well as the proactive policing that's going on.
He says it's not just shootings that have gone down.
What was reported to us from residents was an incredible amount, and maybe even more, drug trafficking than we realized was occurring in the neighborhood.
And with more police units here, they've been able to focus on other quality of life issues people have shared with them.
And we also recognized that there was a significant amount of landlord-tenant issues and commercial housing issues and responsibilities that were really not being paid attention to.
Eventually, they'd like to free up the command post to use somewhere else, but for now, it's staying here in a neighborhood they're trying to make safer every day. Now, the next step the city wants to take is opening up a community service center in this neighborhood where not just police, but all departments that provide services can be found. It's still in the works, but the police chief hopes they can kick that off this summer. In Waterbury, Solly Nerf, Fox 61.
In case you haven't heard yet, UConn men's basketball team is headed back to the Final Four for the program's third trip in the past 4 seasons.
I think we mentioned this.
Yeah.
In fact, Fox 61's Alexa Harley has been following the team all season long, and she joins us now here in studio. So, Alexa, you've been along for the ride from Philly to D.C., but how's the team feeling now as they head off to Indianapolis?
Yeah, I think good might be too basic of a word to use right now because most of them, they're still coming down from that high they experienced this past weekend in the Elite Eight after that Mullins miracle that punched UConn's ticket back to the Final Four. Now, we got to speak with Coach Hurley and players yesterday, and of course, we talked about the obvious things. You know, how are the guys feeling? Has it sank in yet that you're going back to the Final Four? We talked X's and O's about their upcoming opponent, Illinois. But I had a very specific question that I wanted to ask Coach Hurley. You know, it's no secret. He's a very superstitious guy. He always says that the day starts as soon as he puts on his underwear. So I was curious to find out if his superstitions change or adjust at all when it comes to the Final Four. Take a listen.
Coach, you're a superstitious guy. You know, you say it always starts with the underwear. Is there anything that you adjust or change with that superstitious routine that's like Final Four specific or pertains to?
That's a great question. Great question. Well, I'm running into some issues because I got superstitions that are specific to Butler. Butler's in Indianapolis, Indiana. So we're going to try. They got the NIT going on at Butler. So I'm going to try to break into Hinkle and get the team in there for practice. Clothes-wise, I just wash everything that I had the last 2 weekends, and it just goes right in the suitcase. I'm bringing literally everything that I've been, toiletries, everything. Just take what I've had the last 2 weekends.
Yeah, when you get that's a great question from Dan Hurley. I feel like that means that I've made it as a sports journalist, right? And he's just like me. I, too, am throwing everything in the wash, putting it back in the suitcase and heading out. But these media availabilities, they're a great time to obviously talk to players. And I think the highlight yesterday was obviously talking to Mullins and the players, just about the energy that they've been experiencing coming down from the Elite Eight and all that craziness. And they still haven't quite grasped, like, what exactly is going on right now.
So I do feel like there's that expectation that UConn is going to make the Final Four. They're going to go far, but it has been a tough road this season. I mean, I know that you've been watching them very closely. So while a lot of people across the country might just be like, oh yeah, UConn's going all the way, talk to me about how surprised you are kind of that they've made it.
When you go back to how the regular season ended, that loss at Marquette was kind of a gut punch before they went into the Big East tournament. They lost to St. John's in that conference tournament title game. Dan Hurley said the team laid an egg. And I think that was kind of the jolt that they needed when it comes to the NCAA tournament. They just had to play better, shoot better, rebound better. Alex Karaban and Terrace Reed have really put the team on their back. They're the reason that they're still playing. I know Mullins gets all the credit, and rightfully so, for the three-pointer. That'll be in every one shining moment montage for years to come. But Terrace Reed, Karaban have made history the whole season, especially in the tournament, and they're the reason that UConn's still playing.
I think it is important to note that the team had to put itself in the position for Mullins to win with that last one shot. So they spent most of the second half clawing back from a 19-point deficit to put themselves in position for that exciting play. So everybody gets credit.
Well, and that was all Terrace Reed, and it shot over 20 points. And Mullins talked about at the end of the game when he blocks the shot, he throws it back to Karaban because Karaban's the veteran. He's like, I'm going to give it to him, make him shoot. And he was just shocked that it came back to him. And he's like, I got 3 seconds. I got to shoot. But so I'm now headed to Indianapolis in a couple of hours, it feels like. Tomorrow, bright and early at 5:30 a.m. So make sure you tune into Connecticut Game Week on Friday at a special time. It's going to air at 5 p.m. this week. Sean Humphrey will join me from Phoenix, and we will look at both the men's and women's Final Four journeys as they look to earn their spot in the NCAA championships. You can tune in right here on Fox 61 or Fox 61 Plus.
All right. Thank you, and have fun.
Yeah.
I've got to get my sleep now, it feels like.
All right. Also, after that iconic shot last week, freshman Braylon Mullins was the man of the hour at today's send-off for the team in stores.
I'm sure he was. Fox 61's Victoria Anderson was there with the fans who were celebrating the team's upcoming Final Four face-off.
Just take a look at the turnout as fans say goodbye and good luck to the men's Huskies team. This doesn't even begin to show the support this team is getting as they head into the Final Four. March may be over, but the madness is just as strong here in stores. Husky fans hit the streets to send off the men's team before they take on Illinois in the Final Four Saturday. And it's no surprise after last week's buzzer beater shot, fans were eager to see one specific student athlete. Who's your favorite player?
Braylon Mullins.
Really? Did that happen after this past weekend?
Yeah.
Oliver Guite and his 2 sons, Bo and Leon, took the day off from school and work to send the team off as a family.
Go Huskies!
And for freshman Taylor Orbanowski, this fandom is also a family affair.
Both my parents went to UConn. I go to UConn. Hopefully my brother will come here. We'll see.
Freshman Zainab Alawala told us this isn't goodbye, just see you later.
We hope they win, and we hope they come home with huge smiles on their face like last game.
It was definitely all smiles for senior center Terrace Reed Jr., soaking in the love before what could be his final collegiate game.
UConn! Huskies! Huskies! UConn! Yes, sir, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all be safe.
While the men's team is already on their way, flights from Bradley to Indy will be flying out for the rest of the week. Southwest actually just added 2 more to get you there on Friday, just in time for Saturday's tip-off. In stores, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.